Hello friends, Dave, Super Monster City. We do traveling exhibits of pop culture and the iconic characters that have transformed us over the last 60 years. We take the bizarre, the unusual, we take the forgotten, we take the rare, we take the vintage, the nostalgic, and we put it into perspective and bring it on the road so that you can see it in a museum or a library or a cultural center near you. So go to Super Monster City, give us a hint, give us a recommendation of where you want us to come visit. Right now, we're going to take a look at another pile of stuff that I pulled out of the crypts. Now, this is, I was supposed to paint, this was a paint by number thing, and you had these really glow-in-the-dark paints, but this is the Phantom, and it's Color the Comics with Color Glow. Now, luckily, I didn't ruin this thing and try and paint them all, but you can tell how hard it was for me. Again, here's a Phantom comic book transformed into a paintbrush book, and I don't even know what year this came out. Let's see if I can tell you. I don't know. If you know anything about this, you tell me. And on the back, it's got like instructions on how to paint, and there are other exciting day glow sets. All right, let's throw that over there. Here's one that I just thought I'd put here because if you were a kid in the 60s, you probably read Cracked. It was like Mad Magazine, and they would occasionally come out with these incredible monster issues, and they were fantastic because it was all monster humor. This is only a cover because, well, you know how that happens. Here's one. I always like these. These are the sort of knockoff, scary stuff. Weird tales of shock, terror, and suspense. And you don't know what's going wrong in that operating room, if you can see that up close. I don't know if you got the light there, but you certainly want to be in that operating room, told in new, chilling picto-fiction. Oh my goodness. Some gory stuff happening there. Guys' bodies just blitzing and blowing apart, haunting demons. Oh, horrific stuff. Now this was a competitor of Mad Magazine, and I thought I'd let you see it. Humbug. And I don't know what's going on there, but what's interesting is a lot of the artists in this are people that we would know. And they went on to become artists for Mad Magazine, or they were artists for Mad Magazine. It's got the same exact sort of feel to it. And this is Humbug. And they've got poems and comic strips and all sorts of cool stuff. Anybody know about Humbug? Anybody have any? Am I the only one left? Is this the last living issue? Meanwhile, here's another one called Trump. And somebody gave this to my father because he liked humor magazines. And, God, maybe it's #1. I can't tell. But, again, this is another humor magazine, but it's a little more high class, I guess, not really. But it's got sort of making fun of popular culture. There's Little Abner. And then there's God's Litteracre. But it's a lot of interesting stuff. Back then, as I recall, before the internet, there were a lot more humor magazines filling up the racks and the shelves. And then some of my favorite stuff, here's Creepy. Can you see that one right there? I've got that cover of the poster framed on my wall. That guy's having a really tough day. That's Creepy #9. Illustrated fear and fantasy. And I just thought I'd impress you or inspire you or take you down memory lane. Sick was another humor magazine. Mad was the top one, Cracked was the second one, and then came Sick, and then came all these other ones that you've never heard of. But again, it was humor making fun of popular culture of the moment. We'll go 2 more and I'll get out of your way. Creepy, again, here's #6. There's this poor guy, and he's being menaced by a living gargoyle. More pages, more stories, more fear. How I grew up normal, I don't ever know, but maybe I'm not normal. That's why I have a traveling exhibit, me and my partner Steven, of going around the country. Here's Weird. My goodness, when was this? Oh, this is 1966. More crazy stuff. More stuff. There's Frankenstein having a bad day. Oh my goodness gracious. But you gotta love all this kind of crazy stuff, because if you're a monster kid, if you like suspense, darkness, evil, murder, mayhem, and carnage, chaos, and all that kind of under the bed craziness, then you better look at Super Monster City. Look at our videos. We do toys, we do ephemera, we do comic books, we do movies, we do posters, we do film clips, we do movie trailers. It's all happening in the haven of Super Monster City. So I will close right now. The clock is stopped, and I must go, and you must go and do some stuff, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.